Blogger Roundup. It is myOrganized.life, live March 29th, 2019. The official birthday of
yes, that's
Laura.
right. Your youngest daughter.
And our one of our biggest fans who's incognito.
The secret fan.
Yes, she always logs in under some
I see she
fake
likes
name.
our Instagram posts.
Yes,
and
but
she...
okay, so we tried to follow her back,
Yeah.
and she won't allow it. She can't. What? I mean, now what kind of teenager would do that?
Wow.
But probably the typical teen.
That's a teenage move.
And she's got like this art account. She's
yeah, you
actually
told me.
really good,
She's a good
but
artist.
she won't allow us to follow her. Come on.
Laura, come on.
Come on, Laura. Let's
click that allow button, would you?
show some of that Instagram love to us. By the way,
Yes.
you can find us on Instagram at myOrganized.life.
Right.
Because this is myOrganized.life Live. I'm John Hunt.
And I'm Leanne Thompson.
This is the show where we give you organizing tips, advice, and on Fridays, Blogger Roundup. And today's show is...
It's a big show today.
It's a big show today because these are huge
Because
blogs.
I had my printer settings wrong, and
Yes.
all three of these came out on 11 by 17 paper.
Wow, well, this one, well, it's going to actually help for reading.
Yes,
For
you know,
some
I've
of us
been
who are a little
noticing
older,
I
yes.
have to
Are you
sometimes...
starting to do this thing now?
Well, when I look, like I have this little cut on my thumb. It's
Yeah.
been there for weeks. And when I get here, I can't see it. And I put on my mom's cheaters the other day. I couldn't believe how close I could get to see
Did you say,
it.
boy, these things are really great.
She goes, do you want a pair? Because I have an extra.
Oh, no.
So then I brought them home,
Don't
and
go.
Drew called me her grandma.
Oh, boy, you know.
I don't really need them, but it's when I'm cutting the girls' fingernails, I have to kind of get close, and then I have to get far. But
I remember back in the day when I realized
Back
I
in the day.
needed glasses. I was driving to work one day, and I was trying to figure out what my odometer, what the mileage is. I looked down there, I go, I cannot read the odometer on this thing. I go, I realized, oh, this is kind of bad. So
Yeah.
then I got the cheaters. Then it's like, no, I need the cheaters all the time. So then I got the real glasses, and the rest is history.
yeah, I've had my eyes were just checked, and I'm fine. I don't need glasses. He
You
didn't
sure?
he didn't even recommend cheaters for me.
Really?
Yeah,
But you're still doing this thing, huh? Or it's like,
it's just like basically
maybe
my
it's one of
fingernails.
those habits, you know?
Could be.
You never know. Well,
Anyway, enough about our eyesight.
eyesight. It is Laura's birthday, so we have to just continue to
yes.
shout out for her
Right.
because she's a very high-maintenance teenager who needs a lot of
Wow,
attention.
Yeah, we won't go into her stories.
Yes. But
We
what do
know
we
your
have for
stories.
blogs today?
Okay.
Let's put the slide up for the first one.
the Shauna method. When decluttering gets sentimental.
Oh.
So she was, this actually, I'm not going to even do this blog post justice because it's so packed with information.
And
it's,
photos, so you got to go see her photos too,
actually,
right?
yeah, there's only two photos. But she just recently spoke to a group of seniors about decluttering. And we've talked about this before, how it's hard for people
Right.
to part with items, especially ones that contain sentimental value. So she kind of talks about how to go about this, and
That sounds like a good that could be a podcast.
oh, we've talked about that on a podcast before.
With her?
No, with I believe with Julie Ulmer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
Well,
believe.
It's
Don't
a good
quote me
topic
on that.
Anyway. Okay, I will not
So
quote
are you ready to shed some belongings but are hitting a roadblock with the sentimental ones? Then she talked about how she spoke to seniors on this topic, and she began by reviewing the various kinds of items that tend to carry emotional significance and grouping them down into 4 categories. So family heirlooms, reminders of accomplishments, which might be rewards, awards, trophies, or that varsity jacket.
Ooh.
Memory triggers, which would be pictures or souvenirs, and then links to the past, like
Yes.
love letters,
Yes.
childhood items, and then keepsakes. So, you know, it kind of backfires if you keep it in the long run. If
Right.
if you house it up in the attic or in a storage
Right.
unit, it backfires because you can't easily access these. Off-site storage units are expensive.
Yeah.
And then you kind of risk being the burden for family members who have to go
all
through it
that
later
stuff.
on
Right,
when you're
yes.
no longer around.
Yes.
So basically, this is very long, like I said, but
Well, we're just going to give
We're
a
gonna-
short
okay, right.
summary, and we'll tell
okay.
people where to go because we can't just like read
Right.
this entire blog.
so here's some legacy items. Those we seek to pass down should be ones which family members can connect.
Yes.
In contrast, memorabilia
Yeah, try that.
Memorabilia
Memorabilia, yeah.
we are keeping primarily for our own benefit can be simply labeled, feel free to discard.
Yeah.
Because, you know, your granddaughter might not have a connection to
Right,
your
and not
varsity
know the
jacket
story.
like
Right,
you do. So if you're keeping that for yourself, great,
Right.
but maybe put a little tag on it, discard.
Okay.
Is there a story attached?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe it's more valuable when we know the story. Maybe only you know that story.
Right.
Maybe, I think she gave an example that somebody brought in some old cards that had been signed by coworkers.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
liked looking at them every so often.
Yeah.
But, you know, keeping them for their kids, or her kids,
Not
her
gonna
kids
mean
don't know the
anything.
coworkers.
Right.
So it's just a lot of stuff like that. It's this blog post. You need to check it out.
Okay, let's put the slide up again.
All right. It is the Shauna method when decluttering gets sentimental.
All right, the next slide up, which would be orgjunkie.com, 3 phases of decluttering and why they are all important for an organized home. And again, this is another huge blog post.
Huge blog post full of pictures and
Yeah.
text. So big it had
Yes.
to go on 11 by 17.
Okay, what does Laura Whitman have to say about the 3 phases of, and because this is so, such a big post, I'm just going to cover the basics of it. Okay, so phase number 1 is all about purging. Purge to organize. It's about purging to tidy up a space or purging until it fits to create a space for something else. So we like to, she says, a year ago I shared here on the blog how I purged my bookshelf to make room for some of my winter pajamas. I intentionally purged my books until the one shelf I needed was empty. And she has a picture of that there too.
Picture
So
of her
now
nice,
she's got
clean bookshelf.
She's got her books and her pajamas together. Very, very interesting. Okay, so that's phase 1. Phase 2 is purge to minimize. And that's for just minimizing the number of things you own. Not necessarily to fill that space back up again or to use it for something else, but to simply allow for some breathing room, some white space, you know, for your soul and mind.
Right.
We know how that is. And minimalism is really big, isn't it?
Oh gosh, it's huge.
It's huge.
Kind of goes back to Shauna's
How can
article.
minimalism be huge? Minimalism should be very small,
That's true.
shouldn't it? Okay.
Right, yeah.
All right. So anyway, she kind of used the example of the pajama bookshelf again, then showed it how it looked without the pajamas.
Without the pajamas.
And it's
That's a
like-
lot of pajamas.
there's some- yeah, there was
look at
a lot.
that.
She
That's a
must
lot.
have really collected, maybe on some Christmas time, you know. It looks like they're all Christmas pajamas. So,
Yeah.
all right, phase 3, the final phase is purging to downsize. So this takes you to a whole nother level, and typically this goes along with like moving or
Exactly.
going into a different space,
So you don't
often to
wanna
a
bring
smaller
that stuff
home.
with you.
You do not.
Nope.
And she said she had to do that when they moved from BC, which for those of you in Canada is British Columbia, to Alberta. I don't even know
Because
where
she is
those-
in Canada.
Yeah, she is. I don't know how are they related to each other. I mean, how far away? I don't even know.
British Columbia is west. I
Yes.
don't know where Alberta
Okay.
is.
Well, so her new home is much smaller, so they really wasn't that tough of a choice for them. They just had to do it. So she says after living there 8 years, she loves the smaller home, and so they had to do the downsizing to do that. So purging to downsize is another one of those phases of decluttering. Each phase, she says, plays a huge role in simplifying and creating a life for you and your family that ideally contains less clutter and chaos.
Nice.
And that is the real beauty of purging. So
Cool.
be inspired about the 3 phases. We'll put the slide up, 3 phases of decluttering and why they are all important for an organized home. orgjunkie.com.
All right.
All
Next
right.
slide
Okay.
is Janine Adams from peaceofmindorganizing.com. Letting laundry help me get things done.
That's an interesting question. I thought it was helping me get my laundry done, but no. How does
You misread that.
I
didn't
know.
you?
Well,
Goodness,
well,
this is so big.
is gonna
The
be
glare from
interesting.
the light.
It's
I can't
such a
see.
big article that, yeah. Whoa.
It's
well, you're going to make
huge.
the cameras glare if you do too much
Well,
of that.
I
moving
know.
around.
Okay.
Okay. Letting
So
laundry help me
she's
get things
talking
done.
about taking breaks, and she's doing that. I'm picturing her working at home. Now, I'm not sure if she's exactly working at
Right.
home during this, but we talk about when you're working on a task, it's good to take
Yeah,
breaks.
Yes, absolutely.
So she lets the laundry be her timer. So she puts the wash in,
Yeah. And she takes
goes
a break.
back. No. She puts the wash in, goes back to her work.
Oh.
Focuses on her work for however long the
Yeah.
wash cycle takes.
Yeah.
When she hears that timer go off, she goes and puts the clothes into the dryer. And then if there's clothes in the dryer that are now done, she'll take those out, fold them, and put them away. So she said that's like a nice 10-minute break.
Nice.
And then it allows her to go back to her work and continue focusing while the laundry is still going.
Very good. So it's kind of got that timer method in it
Timer.
that everyone likes to
You're
use.
basically getting multiple
Yeah.
things done. The laundry is actually doing the work.
Who was it that Deb Lee said, though, while the laundry's on, you want to go take a nap?
That's true.
So laundry, that you could
That
use
could be
it-
like on a Saturday or non-work.
Yeah.
If you're not working from
Yes,
home, that could be
that's
a
true.
nice nap time.
That's true. Okay, what else does she have to say?
That's kind of
that's
it.
the essential.
I didn't even
think
have to look at this because
that's kind of a life hack, isn't it?
It is a life hack.
And an
totally.
organizing hack, so I like that. So let's put the slide
Exactly.
up again.
Letting laundry help me get things done. And she has more copy in there than I just talked about. But
And the website?
The website is peaceofmindorganizing.com. It's Janine Adams.
All right. Well, this has been a really big show.
Big show.
Only
It was
the biggest show.
It was a big week.
And a big birthday for Laura.
Big birthday for Laura.
Yeah.
What else happened?
I know how long we've owned our cabin based on how old she is. So she's 14 because we took her as a little baby. She was born on March 29th, and we got our cabin, I think, in May of that year.
Oh, okay.
So
So
in
you've had
May
it
of this year, we'll have it 14 years.
Wow.
It's always going to be easy to remember.
Yes.
So happy birthday, Laura. We do enjoy you, and please
Let us follow
let
you.
us follow you on Instagram. We know you follow us, so we want to follow
Yes.
you. She's got good art stuff too. I think she's got a couple hundred followers. She got actually a knack for that. She also likes doing pet portraits.
Yes, you told me that.
Yeah, so you know, if you can get on her site and people will, like
Want
her
their
and,
pet
you
drawn?
want your pet drawn, it's really well in her bio it says she's taking commissions.
Oh,
But I think
wow,
she only
look at
charges
that.
like $20 to do a drawing of your pet. You can send a picture and then
okay.
it's kind of cool. Anyway, I guess that's kind of an ad, isn't it?
Yeah, you're very, very much plugging your daughter's
Well,
business.
we're trying to help every way we can, so come on, she's 14. She doesn't want to babysit, she says. She says, like, well, your options are pretty limited
Yeah.
if you don't want to babysit when you're
And
14.
she doesn't want to walk the neighbor's dog anymore?
Well, the neighbor moved.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah, she lost her job. So she's unemployed right now.
That's
it's really
right.
bad.
Okay.
Oh, well, life goes on. Maybe she'll find another dog client
Maybe.
to walk. So, all right, well, next week, I know what you're going to ask me is
What is it?
who's on the podcast?
Who's on the podcast? I don't know.
And
Do you know?
Well, I was just looking down for the April calendar, which...
That's not done yet.
Well, wait a minute now.
I still have a
it's
couple
March,
hours.
It's March 29th.
I have a couple hours, and I have the entire weekend.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'll be right on top of that.
Oh, yeah, you are going to, work from home,
You never know.
burn the midnight oil Saturday night trying to get
This
the
show
calendar.
is my life.
This show is your life.
The rest is just details.
Yes, okay. Well, I guarantee you that next week we're going to have a great
For
week.
sure. So you don't remember who's on the podcast?
No, I should.
The funny thing is he relies on me for the calendar, but it's all up on his big board in his office.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think
You have
now.
him scheduled out until August.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Now, who do we have? Let me just think for 2 seconds here. 1, 2, I can't.
1,000,
Yeah.
1,000.
Actually,
That's
I
it.
started
Wrap it up.
pulling well, the problem was we recorded a lot of these right around Christmas time. And so.
Before the leaves changed.
So now we're in spring, it's like, okay, we got to get
Yeah.
going. So, well, you'll have to come back on Monday. We'll have it figured out.
Yes, we will.
So we're here 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific.
Whether
Come back.
you like it or not.
And it's a great weekend, so go out and enjoy it, and we'll see you here Monday on myOrganized.life live. Get organized in color at myOrganized.life.
Live, we laugh, we love, and color. Live, we laugh, we love, and color. Live, we laugh, we love, and color.
myOrganized.life.